So hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Mitsurugi and how this archetype, but when I was initially reading them, I didn't really get the gist of it because, well, these cards are kind of like hard to string together and kind of understand. But once you look at the whole picture, these cards are actually just completely stupid and brain dead. And by brain dead, I mean like they were designed terribly, in my opinion. So if we start with Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi, this is essentially going to be a one card starter, I believe. And you can also search this with pre-prep because Mitsurugi Mirror mentions all of the ritual monsters, basically. So you can throw this in, and then you can throw this card in, I guess, with pre-prep if you really want to. So off of this, we have 6 one-card combos right here, essentially. And, you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So let's go ahead and try going through the combo line. So Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi here. This effect, you can add 1 Mitsurugi card from your deck to your hand, or wrong effect. Reveal this card in your hand, special summon a Mitsurugi monster from your deck, then tribute any monster you control. So this can tribute anything. It doesn't have to be the special summon monster. That's actually worth mentioning, and that's relevant to some things, but yeah, you can do that. And then this allows you to essentially search any card, so you can special summon Saji here, for example, to add any Mitsurugi spell trap from your deck to your hand. You can tribute Arama here to add any Mitsurugi monster from your deck to your hand. And then Kusanagi, not that useful. It allows you to add a Mitsurugi card in your graveyard or banishment except for itself. And we have Mikowosu here, which is, I think, supposed to be used for going second or something. Let's see. You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing 1 other reptile monster from your hand and 1 monster your opponent controls, but you cannot special summon or activate monsters effects for the rest of this turn except reptile monsters. So this is like kind of a kaiju type effect, and I believe this is searchable as well. So maybe that's useful for something. But yeah. Then we have prayers and ritual. So let's decipher the line real quick. I don't remember the exact sequence. So, okay, we have Mitsurugi Ritual here. Ritual summon 1 reptile ritual monster from your deck by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster. And then we have Ritual summon 1 reptile ritual monster from your hand by attributing up to 2 reptile monsters from your hand, deck, or field whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster. So I believe this is probably the card you'd be searching, so I'm going to assume the 1 card sequence is going to be this. Tributing Aramasa, I guess. Would it be Aramasa? I guess you could do Aramasa if you want to normal summon Saji, which is an option. But if you don't want a special summon at all, you can tribute Saji, grabbing prayers here, I guess. What was it, prayers? No, it's not prayers. Adding ritual here. And wait, hold up. When you activate this card, you can tribute as an optional to tribute, okay? Tribute 1 reptile monster in your hand or field. Apply 1 of these effects. Or if you tributed a monster at activation, you can apply both effects in sequence. So this just can add any Mitsurugi monster from your deck to your hand, including Habakiri no Mitsurugi. So actually, if we were playing this deck, like actually playing it, then we have 6 1-card starters here. Good to know. Well, alright. Focusing back up. We use Ritual here. Ritual summon, I guess we can ritual summon Mitsurugi here. Dame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi here. And then this will be able to... We can use this effect, I guess. Or this effect here. So if we ritual summon a reptile ritual monster from our hand, we tribute up to 2 reptile monsters from our deck. So what you can utilize this for is apparently you can do Night Sword Serpent, or whatever this guy is called. Night Sword Serpent, if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, which this counts when we use this as kind of ritual fodder. This just gives you a free kind of level 4 monster. And what other reptile monsters would you tribute? I'm not 100% sure, but at the very least, if we tribute this, we should be able to add Saji, or not Saji, Arama to add something else. Another Mitsurugi card, like another copy of, I guess, Saji or something. Can this add itself? No. So we can have Arama tributed, I guess. And then in this case, we would be able to add another level 4. And from here, this allows you to make basically whatever you want, I suppose. So if we have 2 level 4 monsters, it's very easy to go from this point to suddenly doing Ryzeal combo. That's pretty doable, I guess. And do you actually need to normal summon? That's the question I have here at the moment. If I recall correctly, you can get to a rank 4 without actually necessarily using your normal summon, so maybe you tribute something else. I'm not 100% sure, but what I do know is that you can access Ame no Murakamo no Mitsurugi here, which is super annoying to start. So if you don't drop something like a Max E to gain card advantage, then we have this obnoxious effect here, where you can activate this effect, your opponent can discard 1 card, or that effect is negated. So Mitsurugi essentially is going to force out a lot of your hand cards, just period, right? So if I were to imperm, then you can chain Ame no Murakamo no Mitsurugi. So even if I'm not able to negate your imperm, you still have to discard a card when I make my actual play. Well, after I've done my Mitsurugi nonsense. And this has an effect here too, right? If this card is tributed, it doesn't have to be ritual summoned to do this for whatever reason. And this card can be special summoned after it's been ritual summoned, annoyingly enough. Special summon this card, and if this card is special summoned, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls, whether they're normal or special summoned. So essentially this is a Raigeki on demand on the next turn as well, if I recall correctly. Not 100% sure about the sequence, but the card you are adding is Tempest, right? Is it this one? No, wait, that's the wrong card. It's Purification then, yeah. When your opponent activates a card or effect, tribute 1 level 5 or higher reptile monster, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. So this is a Omni negate, essentially. It's not a counter trap, I suppose. That's one thing that's interesting about this. And that can tribute the Ame no Murakamo no Mitsurugi here. And that triggers the effect to special summon it, which triggers effect number 1 here. Which is pretty brutal considering this is a 1-card combo that can essentially access this. And you can access stuff like Night Sword Serpent or extra bodies to make rank 4s with. And you know, what's even more twisted about this is that you have King of Feral Imps, which can add any reptile from your deck to your hand. And Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi here is going to be a reptile, which you can add off of King of the Feral Imps, which is just a generic 4. So if you thought that this was bad enough, like, you can access, technically, Mitsurugi with a bunch of different 1 cards. You kind of do a 1-card combo. Well, now, the amount has increased with King of the Feral Imps here. So, for example, if we were playing, we'll go with Ryzeal, but this isn't the only way you can do this, right? And what worth mentioning, these guys are all dark. So you can make this with Orcus, like King of the Feral Imps and stuff. But which is kind of messed up, but alright, where you can make technically Duo Drive, and then using these extra bodies, you'll notice that the lock on this says that you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for rank 4 XYZ monsters, but you're still allowed to special summon higher level monsters than 4, unlike Sprite, where you're legitimately 2 locked, you're not 4 locked in Ryzeal. This only rank 4 locks you from the extra deck, which these are not extra deck monsters, so you're still able to go through with Mitsurugi plays after doing like Ryzeal plays. So yeah, that's kind of messed up. You know what's even worse is technically there is no locks on this, and the only locks that we have nowadays are mostly extra deck locks, but these are main deck monsters. So you're not getting locked. So if we look at Rocket real quick, where does Rocket lock you from exactly? If we go ahead and find Tracer, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for dark monsters. This doesn't lock you either, because you know King of the Feral Imps, as we've mentioned here, is a dark monster. So for example, if I were playing Rocket, we can literally do like Rocket Tracer, pop Ravine. I'm not saying this is optimal, but yeah, we could pop it, and then we can grab a level 4. It doesn't really matter which one. And then we can turn that into King of the Feral Imps, add Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi here, and then go full combo, like Mitsurugi full combo, basically, from here, for no particular reason. Like, alright, I guess. And I suppose somewhat worth mentioning is that with specifically prayers, if you have a combination of like prayers plus a Mitsurugi card, this is literally not something you can deal with. It's kind of brutal, actually. This should be, well, wrong card, not prayers. Let's see, where is it? Do I not have it here? Oh, here we go. Mitsurugi Ritual. This card is literally not stoppable via hand trap or anything, so we have Ritual Summon 1 Ritual Reptile Ritual monster from your hand by attributing up to 2 Reptile monsters from your hand, deck, or field. So, okay, let's talk about this sequence. What if I have Ame no Murakamo no Mitsurugi in hand, and then I activate Mitsurugi Ritual? What do you have to stop this? You basically need exactly a Spell Trap negate or an Omni negate. Great. And now what happens when this resolves? Ame no Murakamo no Mitsurugi, Chainlink 1. So if you're not playing something like Ryzeal, there's no way to beat this, specifically the chain block here. And if you don't have an Omni negate, you have no way to deal with Ritual. But yeah, this will be Chainlink 1 over here with the destruction effect. And then you have the effect of Ritual resolving to trigger 2 guys, because the assumption is you're always tributing 2 guys that are going to do something for you. So they'll at least start a chain. So it could be like Saji plus Nightsword Serpent to add, I don't know, Aramasa maybe. And that would work. And just chain block everything. And you know, just the fact that you can make a rank 4 with these guys, that allows you to do phenomenally dumb things. Like, for example, we can go ahead and special summon Infernal Flame Banshee to add any pyro monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Now, you know what's even more messed up? Like, you might be thinking, okay, so you have to at least be playing a deck that's capable of making rank 4s to access Mitsurugi, right? Well, I hate to break it to you, the correct answer is you just need to be playing any deck that can put 2 effect monsters on the field, and then you can access Mitsurugi, technically. So we'll just use Malice as an example, but only kinda, right? So Malice has this extra deck lock. Well, Malice isn't a good example because of how this lock works, so let's go with something else actually. So we just need 2 buys on the field, so we'll just use this because it's efficient. So how can we go from Speedward Terratop to Mitsurugi combo? Well, pretty simple. We'll go Terratop effect at Takaton board. We'll special summon Takaton board. And then what will we do from here? We'll go ahead and grab Moon. This card right here. You go Fiendsmith combo. Why do you go Fiendsmith combo? Because if you go through this Chorizo line, or whatever, Chorizo, how do you spell this? Like this? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Chorozo. Okay, whatever. So you go through this line. This allows you to make a rank 4. So I believe you're using Chorozo plus Lacrima. Or was it Lacrima? Or what was the name of this card again? Was it Lacrima? No, it's not Lacrima. Is it? No, it is Lacrima? Are these both Lacrima? Yeah, that's why I felt so confused. So you use Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, plus Chorozo, I believe. And then that allows you to make any rank 4. You know what rank 4 really works here? I don't know, maybe King of the Feral Imps? So if you go ahead and make King of the Feral Imps, you can then access Mitsurugi combo. Now, if we take steps back, wait a second, that literally is any 2 effect monsters on the field suddenly goes into Mitsurugi combo now. Why? I don't know, but it works. Let's find just a really dumb deck that feels like it shouldn't be able to do this, but it's able to do this for just whatever reason, I guess. Let's go through the line. Not 100% sure about the Mitsurugi line, but I do know that it is legitimately a 1-card combo off of this. I just don't remember the line exactly, but alright. Let's see. What is the dumbest way I could access this? Well, let's do... Let's choose a not rank 4 deck, because I'm pretty sure Shark can access Mitsurugi, just for no particular reason, but it should be able to. I don't think the lock actually is that bad, right? Let's check. What was it? Buzzsaw Shark or something? This has a lock on it, I think. You cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for XYZ monsters. Yeah, that would work. Because this can make King of the Feral Imps. Okay, good to know. Well, continuing, let's see. If we want to do something logical, I guess it has to be able to put some bodies on the field, but not too many. Because if it could put out too many, then it'd be too obvious, too easily able to do so. So let's go with, I got it, let's do Metal Morph. Because the levels on Metal Morph don't make any goddamn sense. We have level 1 here, and then we have the rest of these bodies, okay? So let's say we have Metal Morph, we have Red Eyes Metal Claws Dragon here, we have Maximal Morph, and then we have like Metal Illusionist in hand. This is like pretty normal, honestly. We'll grab Red Eyes Metal Claws Dragon, I guess, and then we'll tribute the Max Metal Morph. Normal summoning Metal Illusionist, resetting Maximal Morph, setting probably Flame Coating from deck. Just cause these cards won't actually do anything. That this is not going to be an efficient combo, I don't think. But yeah, we'll go through with this. We'll go link these 2 off for Moon. Because why not? And well, I kind of know why not. I think this still works though. But yeah. We'll go ahead, special summon. Wait, this combo still works, doesn't it? Oh my. Okay, so we go Moon, we go into Fiendsmith combo, we go into King of the Feral Imps, and then we go into the Mitsurugi stuff. And the Mitsurugi stuff does not require your normal summon. It does not lock you at all. It has no restrictions of any kind. So we can then just reveal this guy, special summon. And then this adds a Mitsurugi. I guess we can do Spell Trap. Sure. And then we grab Ritual, I suppose, right? Summon 1 reptile ritual monster from your hand by tributing up to 2 reptile monsters from your hand, deck, or field, whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster. So we do that, I guess. Then we can go Saji, Night Sword Serpent. And then we can grab another reptile monster. Is there a reptile monster that just special summons itself from hand that we can just add? I feel like there might be. And then we can make another rank 4 there. And then if we are able to do so, then from here we can go Infernal Flame Banshee. And then technically go into, I believe, Snake Eye combo. as unbelievable as that sounds. Or, you know, we could technically also go into like Nightmare Mermaid, like by going into like Nightmare Phoenix by linking off two of our guys here, and then summoning Mermaid, and then going into Orcus combo. Or, you know, if we're really feeling it, I don't know how many bodies we have. Is it out of the question to then just make a Soul and then do a Warrior combo? I mean, your extra deck's kind of looking a little tight at this point, so maybe we can't do like a full Infernoble combo, unfortunately. But yeah, this just is generically very accessible, and even if you open the cards, you can just use them, right? And if you don't open them, you can still get to them. Which, I mean, honestly, I find this like kind of sickening a bit, and it makes me really question like what you're supposed to do as the going second player in this case. Like, if you have Max E and you drop Max E against this, that's all well and good, but you know, Max E, the Molcharmy cards, they're not that likely to resolve genuinely, and you do have a lot of different outs to these cards technically. Like, I mean, at worst, I guess you would troll yourself, but not so much with Mitsurugi, I suppose. But all right, what if you don't open one of the actually drawing hand traps? What are you left with here? So none of these guys actually special summon from the deck for the most part, right? They're getting special summon from hand or getting sent to the graveyard. Just directly from your deck. Wow. So Fuelos would only get you, what, one draw, I think? Kinda disgusting, huh? But alright. If you do this combo, what now? Well, can you Ash this effect? Yeah, you can Ash this. If you Ash exactly this, and your opponent has no starters or follow-up or extra Mitsurugi cards, which they could have access to, honestly. Does this have to tribute reptiles specifically, though? Tribute reptile monsters from your hand or field. Oh, that's actually interesting. This is the closest thing to a lock I've found. So you're telling me I can't tribute, like, Therion King Regulus, I guess, for this. That's something. Oh, reminds me. This card? Right here. Still worthless. And kinda, we're throwing it out there, I guess. Therion Conspiracy Theory. I think it was pretty relevant. We have Psychics that became, like, pretty strong. We have Kishtira. With reptiles, right now we have Mitsurugi. With Aqua, we have Tearlament. Like, every single, I guess, like, typing on the Therian monsters, I feel like we have a broken kind of archetype to match after the release, from what I remember. But anyways, that aside, that conspiracy theory aside, I don't remember the exact correlations for that conspiracy theory, but just throw that out there randomly. Might as well while we're here. All right, so every single thing is going to be combo now, and it's just when have we gone too far with the generics? Like, you can generically access this from like a billion different things, even if you were to remove King of the Feral Imps, like just remove this out of the equation entirely. You can just hard open these and you have a jillion one-card starters that get you to this. And hell, you know what? What if I don't need my normal summon? Then I can just go ahead and grab things like Senju or Manju, and I can use these for my normal summons. So in terms of one-card combos, we have a billion different cards that can just add a ritual monster, just genuinely, right? Like, let's check Sonic Bird. Does this also have this effect? If this card is normal or flip summon, you can add one ritual spell. Not quite. That doesn't add a monster. Like Manju. Or the incantation cards. Or, you know, the Drytron cards, which would also be able to kind of do it, but they have a lock, so no synergy there, I believe. I think. At least, anyways. So, what the hell is this? what even is a Mitsurugi? Like, if I don't draw like the cards I need, what am I supposed to do about this here? Kind of feels irritating, like how with Fiendsmith. Like, let's say I have Ash Blossom Joe Spring and my opponent activates like Cracked, or they activate Requiem. Why do I have to Ash this? Because if I don't Ash these effects, my opponent can literally just do, for example, we have Sequence here, Special Summon Lacrima. Lacrima can bring back anything, put that on the field. It doesn't even have to be Engraver. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is enough bodies to drop Apollosa. So if you were doing a different play after your Fiendsmith play, so you could literally, after resolving, I guess it would be either Engraver or Fiendsmith Tract, you can essentially drop Apollosa without normal summoning, and then you can go ahead and do something dumb, like, I don't know, normal summon Primera, normal summon Rosin. You could do any one card starter you really want. We could do like normal summon Snake Eye Ash, normal summon Malice Dormouse, for example, if we really want to go that route instead, which I think is just dumb. And just at this point in time, it's like, as the going second player, what are you supposed to do? Like, if you have infinite impermanence, even, it's irritating because you can do the reveal. It's summons guy, immediately sends it to the graveyard, performs a search, and then that guy performs a search, and then you can grab like literally just Mitsurugi Ritual, and then that'll trigger a few more guys. And it'll also be able to special summon the Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi here. And this can also add any Mitsurugi card. So what would we add here, actually? Prayers, add some Mitsurugi monster. This special summons a Mitsurugi monster from your hand or graveyard but cannot attack directly. Still need to spend like a little more time analyzing this. I mean, this is kind of hot off the press for me. And yeah, I've been slacking a little bit, I guess. Well, yeah, I'll do some more research, I guess, later, but wow. How irritating is this? And also worth mentioning, I guess, is if we were to do this in particularly this entire dumb line with, I guess, Metal Morph, we still actually have access to the Maximal Morph and Flame Coating. So the idea here is that we just, next turn we have Lacrima, bring back literally any feed monster. It doesn't really matter, right? Does it? Well, no, it has to be specifically Requiem. So then Requiem can go ahead and special summon Engraver from the deck, and then you could be able to tribute it for Max Metal Morph, right? Yep. Let's check. A level 5 or higher Fiend monster, which Requiem is, so we can do that, I'm pretty sure. I think we can have Requiem in the graveyard after this. Like, all of this dumbass crap. And then we can go Lacrima effect, bring this, special summon this, tribute this, and then after we've utilized the effect of, what was it, Metal Zoa, we can then tribute it for Flame Coating, and then summon, I don't know, just whatever we want, basically. Wow. This is criminal that this still has synergy and kind of works after doing all of this nonsense. And the mass starters you have for this, also kind of nonsense. This is a level 4 also, now that I think about it. Let's see, Manju. This is just able to add a ritual monster and or a ritual spell. Yeah. Okay. So if I were playing Rise Heal with these guys, this is totally possible. You know, I could just normal summon Manju, then grab. Oh my god, wait. These cards. Don't they work with like light monsters or something? Oh my god. What was this card called again? My brain. Oh wait, I have it in my favorites list. Let's see. It should be one of the newly added ones. Okay, this isn't sorted in order at all. Is it? Where's it? Aha, this. You control a level 4 or lower light beast, plant, or fairy monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Oh my god. This can have synergy. Like, I'm not even sure this is fully useful, but if I have this plus this, that should be some kind of degenerate combo. Wow. I was not prepared to see that today. To find this, but that can probably do something. And yeah, I mean, not 100% sure what you would do with this per se, but combo is combo, I guess. And this is essentially just, you know, you can bridge from whatever you want into this, or you can probably use this to bridge into whatever you want, because that's where we're at with the game now. So let's see if we can turn Mitsurugi combo into technically Yubel combo. And the correct answer is yes, because I'm pretty sure Yubel, you have Yubel combo if you actually can get into Moon. I don't remember like the exact line bar for bar, but I believe the point where we have the difference is you have Aerial Eater. If I could spell the name. Nope. Like this, maybe? Yeah. Aerial Eater sends like the Lotus or something, and then you can bring it back with Muckraker. So technically, couldn't you Mitsurugi full combo and then literally go into Fiendsmith to go into Aerial Eater and then just go Yubel combo? Just cause. Like, why wouldn't you be able to? Because these guys are not extra deck monsters, they don't really take up that much extra deck space, like the commitment. Pretty much just like a single King of Feral Imps in your extra deck. The rest is main deck commitment, basically. So that is to say, I kind of despise what Mitsurugi is at the moment and kind of Fiendsmith. And yeah, getting stuff this generic, I just think I hate it. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.